Good day, this is Ryan Oikle Reviews, and today is episode 302, season 3 of episode 2 of Hell's Kitchen, final 11, and whoops, I didn't do anything for 4 weeks. Oh well, it does not matter. Okay, yeah, coming off last episode, a pretty pathetic service, but every episode 1 service is quite pathetic, so unsurprisingly. So this is when we really start to see the episode 2 rhythm trap, where for some reason every episode 2 is the same. First, they wake them up about 6 a.m., pots and pans banging. This happens every episode 2. For some reason. It's just a staple for some reason. Ramsay brings him out, and he says, all of this food he wasted. Look at all the food we wasted. We wasted $1,000 of food. So much food got wasted. I've never seen so much food get wasted. Even though he sees it every season. And so he makes him throw some fish around, teach him about hard work and all the stuff that gets, all the work that gets put into the food that gets wasted. Teach him about hard work or something. I don't know. And they make some of Eddie, just for good measure. Which Eddie's the guy with the liver disease, which stunted his growth and made him all short and young looking. And this is, peak 2000s reality TV kind of stuff. They make fun of the short, disabled guy because of his disability, with no remorse and no classic 2000s reality TV. And so the challenge coming off of this is the prep challenge, or it's the prepping Dover Soul challenge. There's definitely a name for the challenge. It happens. Yeah, it's just called the Prep Challenge. It happens almost every season. It happened through the first 6 seasons, every single time. Which, because every time is the same time. Occurred on episode 2, episode 2, episode 2, episode 2. They didn't have one episode 3 and season 4. Episode 2, episode 2, episode 2. Ooh, season 11 did on episode 3. Episode 2. Episode 3, episode 3. It happens every time. Unreal. It's almost like they follow a script or something. Yeah, this happens. So they do the prep challenge, and shockingly, it comes down to one point. Eddie, Brad, and Rock did okay. Julia did pretty good. Joanna did pretty good. Josh, Melissa did quite good. They're the best on both their teams. And then Vinny, Bonnie, and Jen shit the bed. They all got 0. And it came down to 1 point. What? It's not like this happens every episode, too. Like every episode, to be honest. Yeah. So the red team wins by 1.9 to 8. And this is gonna sound like a really weird thing they do every year, but every time the reward for this challenge is a yacht, which is bizarre. The red team were rewarded with a lunch at the lodge. They went on a fishing trip. Season 4, they landed in a yacht. Season 5, Season 6, they went on a yacht. Season 8, they went on a... Season 11, they went on a yacht. Let's see. Okay, maybe it's not every time. But it's weirdly common where this challenge has a yacht reward. And it's just more baffling how every episode 2 is the same stuff. And And same too. The punishment is the same every time. They have to prep whatever they're doing there. Let me go back to see it. Season 1, the blue team had to prep the remaining squid. The blue team had to prep the remaining steaks. The blue team had to prep the remaining Dover sole. The red team had to prep the halibut. The red team was forced to prep all of it, all the bar. The red team was forced to clean the shrimps on the shrimp cleaning. Season 8, the red team prepared sushi. The red team prepped all of them for next service. Like what? Or they had to take 100 pounds of seafood and prep it. They had to take all that and prep it. All the squid. Like it happens every time. It's so weird. But yeah, anyways. They have to prep the Dover sole. I don't have to keep saying it. But it happens every episode too. So, there you go. Before service, Aaron's not doing too hot still. It's almost like he was sick the entire time he's here. Or something. But it's like a diabetes thing, I think. His health getting worse. And during this prep talk with Ramsey in the front, he kind of blacks in and out, and totally spaced out and not even there. It is very concerning. Not the kind of person you'd like to put on a line right then and there. But they do. He sits down and drinks some water and rests, and they put him back into service. Service. Now it's going. Service starts. Aaron, he's talking to all the diners. Classic. Instead of being on his station, his station is doing the Dover sole prep. Okay, and it starts. Immediately, blue team runs into more trouble. Eddie puts up a very peppery risotto that tastes bad. And so Rock and Brad zoosh onto his station. And Eddie's trying to push them off, but he can't. And he's pretty upset that he can't push them off at his station. Over on the red team, Bonnie cooks the wrong amount of scallops. Huge. On the blue team, back to the way more entertaining this service blue team. Vinny burns the Dover sole special, which is very unfortunate because Aaron is supposed to send those out. That's the special, because even if they're not going to eat for like 3 hours, they still need to. The special gives to them and everything. So yeah, red team's doing pretty good. Blue team is not. Jen, red team is sending out a lot of great spaghetti. Her apps are coming out very fast. Good leadership over there. Over on the table side with Aaron, he's very slow at deboning the Dover sole. And even when he finishes, there's like more bone in the sole. Eddie sends another peppery risotto and immediately gets kicked off apps. So, tough day for Eddie. Joanna on the red team makes a small mistake by forgetting a bit of lettuce. So, and again, a huge mistake on the red team. Red team, at this point, served 23 other 50 apps. Blue team has served 9, so, yeah. Back to the way more entertaining, exciting blue kitchen, where everything's not going fine. Josh overcooks his Wellington. He says, Chef, 3 minutes is coming up. And then his second one is raw. Which, this is also a episode 2 thing. Whoever does the best in the challenge, but it's more so a whole show thing. Whoever does the best in the challenge usually doesn't do great in service. Just as like a curse kind of thing. But yeah. Aaron is struggling still to debone the Dover sole. He's still keeping bone in it. He's very slow. He's kind of blaming it on the lighting because he can hardly see. So, yeah. the women may actually manage to finish service after the 3 hours. So yeah, that's like probably the earliest in a season thus far that we've had a complete service, which is pretty impressive. Blue team is falling apart. They're an absolute train wreck this service. The risottos are peppery from Brad. Josh has very dry chicken, and Aaron's still struggling deboning. So he kicks the whole blue team out. Get out! You know how Ramsey does. And then the red team gets over and finishes their service too. So very good performance from the red team. Very bad performance from the blue team. And surprisingly, the blue team loses. Which is nuts. Rock is nominated the best of the worst. So he nominates Eddie and Josh. Eddie shit the bed on apps. Josh shit the bed in quite a few places. On like, I don't know what survey. I don't know where he was, but he did. He stunk. Then Eddie gets eliminated because he was cooking poorly, and he was not taking control of the station. He got kicked off, and he couldn't take it back. It was very unfortunate because that was kind of that's supposed to be like Eddie's character arc, how he's more powerful than he looks, and show everyone that he's like to respect short people, and he just gets walked over the whole time, which is very unfortunate. But yeah, that does it. Season 3, episode 2. 11 chefs compete. And down to 10 now. This is a episode 2. So there's no point giving an opinion. Just rewatch what I think of the last 2 episode 2s. I think Eddie was it's a little disappointing he went home, but it makes sense. Nothing huge this episode. Just like a pretty standard episode.